Hey everyone, this is Steve. I'm in my session room and I decided today I'd like to show you guys the bridge. And if anyone's interested in making their own bridge device, which is an enhancement of the Portal, Wonderbox, Soul Speaker, Backwards Box, Miracle Box that I made over the years. This one's looking a little rough, but it works amazingly well. You have to have a connection. This is not a magic box. This will not work for everyone. It doesn't work for me all the time. I'd say it works for me 40% of the time when I sit down to do a session. If you're into spirit communication, even someone who's been doing it a long time like me, it's not a guarantee you'll always have a connection every time you sit down. I'm going to show you behind it, what is part of it, and how to make your own if you want. This is basically like an old school Portal. This is the old Portal amp. It's been customized a little bit on the outside. That's just cosmetic. Inside, there's something called the magnetic heart. There's a series of rare earth magnets in a circular pattern that is attached in the middle with some copper wiring and some gold wiring. You don't have to do that. Spirits told me about the magnetics a while ago, and I did that. And I'll keep doing it if I build another one, but that's something you don't have to do to get started. So with the Portal, you had something like this over here, right? You had the noise reduction pedal. And with the original Portal, a lot of you have Wonder Boxes and Portals that I created years ago or made your own. This used to go here, and this was kind of the noise reduction started as a way to filter the static from radio scanners and just to hear clear spirit replies. And it worked amazingly well. Then later in the astral doorway, this became the voice control, where I would shut it off to have silence. You open it up for a little while to let a response come in. That way we're in control, right? You can use this, but with the bridge, I use a version that goes to my foot. It's the same exact thing, really. Or it's using the same, they're not the same thing, but the purpose is the same when used with this. It's used as the voice. When this is down, no audio is allowed in from the sound bank. When I push my foot down, for as long as I have it down, it will allow audio in. That allows me to be hands-free and focus on the task at hand. Now this is a volume pedal. It's a guitar pedal. And I believe this one's made by Ernie Ball, and it works great. Basically, I'll go around to the back and show you guys real quick. So back here is where we have, let me turn this on, you'll see. So this is the back of the box, right? So I have my battery pack, and I have, this is an Earthquaker Devices Afterneath reverb pedal. And I have set that up for extreme clarity. But when you do that, it's really, really hard to connect with spirit unless you have years under your belt. But it will, this is what's bringing that clarity. This is a digital delay pedal. Now, you don't need one like this, but I bought so many different delays and reverbs to test over the years. This is like a $300 or $400 delay, but what this does is when I let the voice in with the voice control, it then goes into the delay, which delays that signal by 3 seconds. And this, in theory, gives time for spirit to manipulate. I go out of the delay into the reverb, which I have set, and that goes into the amp. Now, that's all that's back here. That's all this is. So you have your reverb and your delay and your control. The control input here, this goes to your sound bank. So for example, oftentimes when I do group sessions, I run my sound banks from the Miracle Box app that are gibberish, which when you get a reply, that means there's no question about it, Spirit's talking to you, because it's impossible for you to be hearing voice and something you can understand. This goes into wherever I'm playing the sound bank, whether it's from my computer or phone. I have all my sound banks on the computer. Now, another thing I do is a really advanced method, my voice imprint method that I discovered many years ago, where you actually use the real voice of the person who is deceased. You feed it into the device, and if they connect, they will change whatever you're feeding in. And you go back and you make sure there's no false positives. And that is miraculous in itself. That is the clearest method I've ever discovered. But it's very challenging. You have to have that strong connection. But the bridge, the basics of the bridge, if you don't count the magnetic heart, the gold wire, all that stuff, it's basically this foot control, which is a volume control. Input here goes to the sound source, because spirits, we have to give them a voice. I've said this for 10 years, 12 years. They can't make something out of nothing. No matter what you may have heard or think, no matter what it is, an EVP recorder, a digital recorder, a radio scanner, an app, they all give spirits a voice. Spirits manipulate that somehow, miraculously. We don't know how. We just know they do. It's been scientifically proven with the Miracle Box app and other apps that are similar, right? So this, then, that's your input. This output here, this is the power. This output then goes to that digital delay. Digital delay goes to the reverb goes to the amp, and that's it. And when you're using this, because your foot's controlling that the voice going in, you can focus all your energy on the task at hand, on the spirit, without having to sit there with your hand and worry about having to do that. When you're using it with a foot pedal, it just comes more naturally. And when you get in that vibe and start to feel spirit, you will be able to know how long to hold it down for. You will be able to anticipate the length of their answers. And it's really a cool thing. Now, anybody can make this. I don't think you can find these amps much anymore. They've been sold out, I think, since the pandemic. But just find any amp. You don't have to have this amp. Take an amp, plug it in the power, get a volume pedal, get a delay pedal that allows you to delay that signal for 3 seconds. You don't want any delay effects or echoes. That doesn't help with spirit communication. What you want is that delay of that signal, so spirits can go in there and work their magic. So this, and honestly, I mean, I haven't been able to find any inexpensive pedals to do what this does. There used to be the Flashback Mini that you could program to do that. But the last time I tried it, it wasn't working. So I just have this. But if you're looking for an inexpensive alternative, just find a delay pedal that will be silent when you allow the voice in for 3 seconds. Some delay pedals will not do that, and you'll hear, you have to have a 100% wet setting. That's what this is set to, 100% wet, meaning we're only hearing the wet signal, that 3-second delayed signal going in. I use the Afterneath on this box, but I've used so many different pedals that work. There was a light pedal that is amazing. I might switch that back in. And that's it. It's all about the connection, but these are the tools. Reverb frequencies, we know spirit use them without a shadow of a doubt, right? The delay works. We know that works. I've been using that in my astral doorway. I've used it in this, and I have other ideas for a future design. As a matter of fact, I'm thinking about devising a red light to go on the box or near the box. So if a spirit is around and present and wants to talk, that light will shine or flash, kind of like the bat phone. That would be awesome if I can get that figured out. I have the ideas right now going through my head. But that is the bridge device. And it's miraculous. It really is. But again, it's miraculous because it gives the tools to spirit to be able to use. And the other part, 98% of the tool is you, right? Your connection with spirit. Without that, this will do nothing but play the audio that you feed it. But when you have that connection, the audio coming out and what's being said will be different than what's going in. And this device scientifically proves it without a shadow of a doubt. Anyone who cries fake can just watch it in person. And that's the amazing thing, and many have with this. So I just wanted to show you the parts of the bridge, just a silly little video today in the session room. I'm also thinking about painting all of this white table, making a new white bridge with some enhancements. And I'm going to change up this space. We're going to make it a little more bright. We're going to go bright, we're going to go white, we're going to go light. That's how it needs to be. So, but if anybody wants to give it a try, that's basically the bridge right here. This has been invaluable to me. It's works just like this, but it all depends on the method you're using. Now, this is not good to use if you're just throwing a radio or app in and letting it play, right? We have to control the voice, and we control the voice by letting spirit control us in a way, because we know when spirit talks, they go through us. They've confirmed this over 100 times. So there you go. Hope you guys enjoyed that. A look at the bridge device. There it is. And I'm going to be making some enhancements soon. My mind has already got the gears running. And Spirit told me earlier I was doing a session. He kept saying, make the bridge. And I said, well, I did make the bridge. But if I remember correctly, my original bridge is life-size. 2 big life-size boxes that 2 people walk in with a bridge across and all kinds of things in each box that allow us to connect with a loved one for somebody who sits in box B while the operator's in box A. That was the original bridge, but A, it's going to cost me about 10 grand to make it. B, I don't have woodworking skills, and I have to figure all this out. But so that's about it, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. I love you all. Thumbs up and subscribe if you like this. If you have any questions, let me know. Bye.